I'm so out of practice here. Hey, it's Nemato. Guys, I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, so I'm not going to waste any time. Today we are going to look at a couple modules from the company Paratek, based over in Russia. The first module is the P3PB. It's a random gate interrupter. And then the second module is... help me out here, comrades. The P3PB module at its heart is a 4-channel gate interrupter that can be used in a couple different ways. The first way is to patch a signal in on the left side, whether that is control voltage or an audio signal, and then send that output wherever you like a VCA or just straight to your interface. Meanwhile, the position of the knob determines how much of that signal passes through. All the way to the left or counterclockwise basically restricts all of the signal, whereas all the way to the right or clockwise, the entire signal comes through. Leaving this somewhere in the middle causes the signal to break randomly and causes these interruptions that can be kind of interesting to glitch some signals. So we'll take a look at this right now. I've got a pitch coming from the final output of my DPO make noise oscillator that is filtered and distorted by the Erica Synths plasma drive. Running this through the P3PB module makes this little electricity glitch sound I'm going to use for some background texture. And then let's throw a beat and some other bass behind this. So before we jump into the second use of the P3PB, this other module that, again, I don't know how you pronounce the name of, it's a signal visualizer. By the way, I'd characterize both of these modules more as utility modules, but basically it's 3 channels that you can either just set from, I believe, 9 different preset visualizers, or you can run some control voltage or audio through to affect the graphics. So I have a few different CV sources from the Zadar running through to kind of mess with the visualizer. And that's basically what it is, though. It's not going to generate any kind of control voltage on its own. Alexi at Paratek, he makes a bunch of these things in different varieties and colors, such as VU and LED meters, so you can monitor your signals around your system. So if you find yourself with 4 to 6 HP or something to spare in your case, I mean, come on, these things are just so cool. And aren't the LEDs and just general cool factorness half the reason we're all addicted to this stuff anyways? But so jumping back over to the P3PB, the second use is just to send the output from these channels without an incoming signal, which basically allows you to use these as random gates or triggers. It's a positive 12-volt signal on each, and again, leaving that knob somewhere in the middle causes these random quick triggers that are kind of interesting to use for glitching whatever audio you want to mess with. When I first saw this module, I thought it would be a great way to glitch some drum samples, and after spending some time with it, basically the longer the envelope of your sample, the better this thing can cause glitches throughout the sound. Short snare hits will just either trigger or not. So for this next patch, I'm sequencing the pattern with my Circadian Rhythms module. I have a pretty basic snare pattern which I'm sending to the WMD fracture module. I've got a second pattern sequencing the Future Retro Transient for some more random sample generation to hopefully get more glitch effect. Before these hit my interface, I'm sending their output into a couple channels on my Mutable Instruments Blinds VCA. But then I have a combination of modules making these glitches happen. The P3PB is sending out gates from the first 2 channels to trigger the Zadar on both channels A and B. I have the Batumi sending sine waves to the assignable inputs on the Zadar, which is set to warp to move the envelope back and forth so the trigger isn't always consistent on this chaotic envelope I have selected. And then the output is running into my Blinds VCA as the control voltage signal affecting these drum samples. I found when just trying to send the triggers from the P3PB to the VCA, the signal isn't present long enough to really give you like that satisfying glitch effect. I think it works a lot better in tandem with a module like the Zadar in this case. And again, let's do some music to it. So I'm pretty interested in this whole glitch style drums and how to best go about patching that, or what modules are best to use within the Eurorack ROM to achieve this effect. And so I'm going to be doing another video on another module that I received recently, kind of on this same concept. But if there are certain modules that you guys find work well for this effect, let me know down in the comments what you guys typically use. I know that there's plenty of software applications or plugins within DAWs that can do this similar type of style, but I'm very curious about getting to do this outside of the box with hardware. So let me know what you guys typically use. That'll do it for this week, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the Paratek modules or are interested in them, don't forget to hit that like button for me, and I hope you consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys again very soon, because all of this is expanding.